Hi everyone, it's Uzo again from Uzo's Food Labs and welcome. Now, I am vertically challenged. I am about 5'3" and apparently the reason I'm so short and the shortest member of my family is because I didn't eat enough beans as a child. I hated beans, didn't like it. My mom used to stand over my head and be yelling and I would just refuse to eat for the whole day. However, now that I'm older, I realize that beans is actually good for you. Plus, as a mommy, I cannot pass on that I don't like this onto my son. So I actually force myself to eat beans so my son can eat beans. So one of the ways that I have learned to like beans is with a very, very quick honey bean salad. And I'm going to be sharing that with you. And it's as simple as 1, 2, 3 and affordable as usual. So to make this very simple but tasty honey bean salad, you're going to need some honey beans, which is oloyin. It's supposed to be sweeter than regular beans. I use this all the time for making everything, you know, the steamed bean pudding, which is moi moi, or the fried bean fritters, which is akara. These are like the fancy ways to say it so that everybody else understands what we're talking about. And we're going to treat it like a regular salad. So it's already been boiled. You can either use leftover beans, as long as it's not mushy. So I boiled this already. It's nice and cold from the fridge with salt and garlic yesterday, and it's pretty much ready to go, and onions, of course. I have some salt, I have some black pepper, I have some yellow pear tomatoes from my garden. So I have some yellow pear tomatoes from my garden. You need to be watching the garden videos so that you're picking up some tips, and then let me know in the comment section below if you've got any questions about, you know, starting your own garden and how easy it is to grow certain things. Carrots, green peppers. In here, I'm going to mix a dressing with some real honey, as well as some lemon zest, my favorite ingredient in the world, as well as some olive oil. Now, in a bowl, I've got my honey already. Did you know that honey is the only food in the world that will never, ever, ever expire? I'm talking thousands and thousands from now till infinity. Honey doesn't go bad. Yeah, check it out. So in here, I'm going to add some of my olive oil. Now again, just measure everything to taste. And this is really, really, really fast. All you have to do, again, once your beans is boiled, just add any vegetables that you like, and then just go for it. I always have lemons at home, as you guys can figure out, and I almost always have honey as well, and then olive oil is a staple. That's your basis for most dressings, and then salt and pepper. Everything else you add is extra. So I'm just gonna grate some of this lemon. I just want the zest, because you want the salad is supposed to be fresh, give you that buzz when you eat it with some crunch. So even though the beans is there and it's been cooked, it's a little bit soft, but I have my carrots and I've got my green peppers for crunch and flavor. I'm going to have the lemon zest is going to give it a bit of zing, and then tomatoes are good for you, so you always need to include as many tomatoes as possible. Another hint for my male viewers out there, or for women who have men in their lives, eating tomatoes especially after age 40 is imperative because it's excellent for prostate health. So you need to be like shoving tomatoes down your throats or down their throats. So thank me later. So this is in here. I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of black pepper. You can add anything you want. You can make it as spicy or not as possible as you want. So just give it a quick whisk. You can also add some lemon juice if you want. So you actually squeeze the lemon fruit, but then I don't want that this time because it's going to make it a little bit too zingy. And sometimes zingy isn't always the best way to go. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil just to thin it out a bit more. Now, the beauty of this dressing is it can be used for any kind of salad. So make a lot when you're making it one time and then store it in the fridge, and then you can use it for something else. You can even add a little bit of this dressing to some butter so that you create a compound butter. It will be nice and sweet. So that's it. It's really, really that simple. So I've got my beans here. I'm going to add some carrots and some bell pepper. If you want it to be more colorful, add more bell peppers. And then these tomatoes are really very cute and small. You can use cherry tomatoes, or you can use regular tomatoes. Just cut them into small pieces. But I like to eat them whole because they look really nice and pretty. So I'll add them when I've plated the salad. Now, just mix up your beans and your vegetables. Now, here's what I'm realizing when you're cooking for kids, and I'm sure a lot of parents know this. When food is colorful, they tend to be willing to give it a little bit of a try. They can decide they don't like it later, but at least they will try it. I found that colorful salads like this are a great way to win with my son, because what he ends up doing is he will pick out the colorful things first and eat them, and then he can leave the beans for me. But at least he has gotten some of the vegetables in. So I've given that a nice small stir. So I'm just going to add a little bit of the dressing, not too much. That's all I need. And mix up my salad. And like I said, the beans is cold, like right out of the fridge cold. So it's not like we're eating hot beans. So everything in here, the carrots and the green peppers are still going to be nice and crunchy. So nicely mixed. I poured into my final bowl where I'm going to be eating out of. It's really pretty and colorful. You can add some corn too. Then we used to eat a lot of beans and corn when we were children, right? So you can add some sweet corn or even some regular corn that's just been boiled. Then I'm going to add a little bit of the zest just to lift up the honey flavor a little bit now that I've mixed it in. And then I finish off with my cute tomatoes. They're so cute, too adorable. Here we go. Just simple, and I can't resist. There's nothing like fresh produce from your garden. Even if you don't like the vegetables, you're willing to give it a try because you put in all the effort to grow it. So, a nice and simple honey bean salad that you can have on its own. If you want to make it fuller, you can add some grilled fish or grilled chicken. Perfect for people who are watching their weight. Season the dressing the way that you want. You can omit the honey and just use an olive oil dressing. Do you, just as long as you're sure that you enjoy what it is that you're eating. So subscribe to the channel. I would love to hear from you. Please try this. If you have any questions or suggestions for things that you'd like to see us create, definitely subscribe to the channel. Follow us on social media at Uzo's Food Labs, and I'm going to be digging into this. So have a great day.